Okay, if you've clicked on this video, then you've probably recently bought yourselves one of these. I've got the cheaper version called the forceball. They have a powerball, and I think the powerball starts out a little more expensive. And like I said, I got the cheapest one. The more expensive ones have LED readouts that'll display your RPM and things like that. But I chose to get the one for 13 something, El Cheapo. I'm between jobs. What can I say? Anyways, uh, I recently got one of these, and I looked up on YouTube, and there's a lot of videos on how to start it without the string. There's like I saw quickly 6 or 7 videos of guys using their thumb, and I tried that over and over, and I couldn't get it to go by using my thumb alone. But I've only had this one day. But I thought I'd look for an easier way to start it, and I'll demonstrate that here in a minute. But I really don't know how people find these things or get into them. The way I did was I don't know how many of you younger people know that, but these things have been out since the 1970s in exactly the same configuration, except without the LED readouts because we didn't have fancy stuff like that when I was a kid. We only had 3 channels, and we had to walk 6 miles of school uphill both ways. I don't know if you realize that, but that's the way it was. But we did, in the mid 70s, they came out with this exact same device, and my parents got me one when I was a kid, and I really thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And here's a picture of the way it was marketed back then. Let's see here. It's called the Dynabee. And if you want to research it, there's a 30-second commercial on YouTube about it, which is pretty cool. If you like watching old commercials, they're pretty funny, seeing how America was, back in the older days. We're talking like 40 years ago that this thing came out. Same kind of plastic. It had the same exact gyroscopic filling because I remember it well. What happened was I lost it as I was growing up, and that's because my dad was a career Marine and we moved across country every couple of years. And I don't know what happened, but when we moved from one location to another one time, this thing disappeared. And I always thought about it every few years, but I never thought about looking into it and looking it up. But recently it crossed my mind again, and because of the wonders of Google, I did a search on it and found out what the thing was called that I had when I was a kid. And then I noticed that they're still being made, which I was totally surprised about. I thought it was a fad from, way back then. Um, but if you watch that 30-second video on YouTube, the vintage 1976 one, there's a quick scene of the guy starting it up. And that's the way I used to start it when I was a kid. No thumb technique like they show in the videos today, which I couldn't do. I think if I practiced it, over a couple of days, maybe I'd be able to get it. But I've only had it one day, like I said earlier, and I just couldn't get it going fast enough. Um, and the way that the guy hit it on the old commercial was like that, and that's the way I used to start it when I was a kid. But now I've got arthritis, and I actually made a video prior to this where I started it up that way by hitting it a number of times. But after the video was done, my hand was killing me. I got some arthritis in that finger, and it really got exacerbated after hitting this thing a number of times. So I figured, well, I'm not going to put that video up. I don't want anybody to go through the same pain I went through starting this. And I figured, well, there's got to be an easier way. I think I remember when I was a kid wearing Levi's, rubbing it across like that and getting it started, which is definitely one way to do it. I don't have Levi's on right now. I've got these shorts here, and I could probably start it that way, but I wanted to find an easier way that, was pretty reliable. And here's what I came up with. And there's probably people out there doing this, but I didn't see any videos on YouTube. If it's already up there, I apologize. But basically what I do is I take the line there like they do in the thumb videos, and get it facing the direction up your arm. And I start here on this soft pad in your hand. You start there like that, and what you got to do is run it all the way down your hand. Now, you have to push in, and you've got to do it with purpose. I mean, you can't just slide it and expect it to go. But okay, I'll demonstrate it. Wish me luck. Hopefully I don't have a fail here, because I'd be embarrassed, because I've been 100% on this so far. Soft part of the hand, and kind of push it down into your hand. Push your hand up and slide it off. Okay, I can feel the gyroscope going. The lights are coming on. Success again, 100%. And try it as I could. You know, there's a lot of videos up of people starting it with their thumb. I couldn't do it. But this is working, and it's easy. Nice thing about these is once you get them started and the light's going, you can let it slow down a little bit and start it back up. My left arm has gotten pretty weak over the years. I'm getting old and decrepit. I was in the Marines for 5 years. I used to be a strong, strapping young lad, but no longer. So I have trouble doing this with my left hand, and I'm getting some pain through here. I don't know if that's arthritis, but I'm hoping that, if I start using this every day, maybe I can break that arthritis down or whatever's causing that pain. If you're a young person watching this, I have to warn you, when you get older, you start feeling pains that you never expected you would come across. All those little injuries you had when you were younger, say if you were a football player, they will come back and haunt you later in life. Sorry, but that's just the fact of life. But life is still worth living. Especially when you got little neat gizmos like this. Now, when I was a kid, I thought this was the greatest device in the world. I mentioned that earlier, and there was no lights with it. Now that I got one of the lights, this thing is so cool. I'm surprised that the videos you see on YouTube of these things don't have 1 million views. Because to me, it's just that cool of a thing. I loved it when I was a kid, and I loved it now that I'm in my early 50s. So this is what I would call a third technique of starting up. People show you how to start it with the string. I don't want to mess with that string. If I'm carrying this around with me, which I probably never will, I'll probably never leave the house, I just don't want to mess with that string. That's all there is to it. The thumb, maybe if I keep working on it, let me see. I'm getting better at this thing. I can hear it. Okay, I actually got it with a thumb this time. But it is harder. It's harder to do the thumb than it is to run it down your hand like I was showing. So, and I tried it numerous times with the thumb roller. I never could get going. I guess I'm just getting the feel down better. But the hand, you'll find, if you just got one of these, you want to start it without the string, soft part of the hand, demonstrate it one more time. Like I said, wish me luck. I'm 100%. Oh, why did I have to try to do it again? I think the stars weren't aligned or something. The planets weren't aligned with each other. Come on, baby. You gotta feel this thing. I mean, okay, there's a gyroscope in there. There you go. Okay, I'm like 90% effective with this technique. I'll settle for that. What a lot of fun. I mean, if you just happen to come across this video or another video of these things, forceball, powerball, dynabee, they've got a few different names, I guess a few different manufacturers. Pick it up. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and it lights up real bright too. And what happens is the gyroscopic action, it works the muscles in your arms in a way that I don't think anything else in the gym will work your arms like this. So, yeah, I'd definitely recommend it. It's fun too. I mean, heck, I can do this all day, except, kind of makes you tired after a while. But that's my video. That's the conclusion, and have a great day. Thank you for watching.